schools are back in full swing. We are getting some really great questions from viewers coming in. The Now's Holly Davis joins us with more on that.
Shari joining me with some top tips for some of your daily dilemmas. We all face these. The first question, some parents out there especially are going to say is a good one. I have this question. Should you pay your kids for good grades?
The short answer, Holly, is no. And that's because studies have shown that over time, paying, intrinsically rewarding kids for good grades actually demotivates them. And it creates sort of a what's in it for me attitude, which spreads to other areas of their life. Eventually, that reward has to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But here's the thing. Parenting is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And there's a lot of hard work involved. So when it comes to grades, our job really is to teach our kids the life skills to do well in whatever they do. So that means teaching them things like how to self-motivate themselves, find intrinsic reward within themselves, a love of learning, being accountable, those kinds of things. And the best way we can do that, rather than focusing on the grade, is focusing on the process. So make sure that you've got a designated study time that's strictly enforced, and reward and reinforce your kid for actually honoring that and ignoring distractions and picking up a book and those good study habits. Once you can reinforce those, the grades will come.
So many parents out there saying, oops, but you know, like you said, it's not
hard work. And honestly, a parent who's going to pay for grades is ripping off their kid because you're not teaching them those life skills.
All right, so what about this one? If your child forgets their homework, do you bring it to them?
That's a great question. I've been in that situation many times years ago. And again, the answer is no. In fact, some schools are actually enforcing policies now that don't allow parents to bring in papers and lunch boxes and things like that. The reason is that teachers know. Again, we're trying to teach our kids responsibility here. That's the life skill. The only way to learn responsibility is by experiencing the consequences of not being responsible. So I promise you, the first 3 times you're going to get a lot of pushback, crying and screaming and I hate you and those kind of things. After that, your kid is not going to forget things.
That light bulb moment all of a sudden. What's the best way to handle school gossip that, say, your kid may bring home and share with you?
Yeah, well, you know what? Those are really great opportunities to teach important life skills. The thing is, when your kid comes home and asks what you think about something, maybe someone's smoking in the bathroom or something like that, what they're really trying to do is figure out how they think. And so the best thing you can teach them in terms of life skills is how to develop their own good judgment and their own values and their own strategies against peer pressure. What you really need to do is talk to them rather than responding quickly with your opinion. We all want to protect our kids, so we all do that. That's the knee-jerk response. The best thing you can do is to ask them about how they feel and why they feel that way, and take advantage of this opportunity maybe to do some online research together if this situation is smoking, for example, on cigarettes and the health hazards. That way you're going to reinforce those important communication, those important skills, but you're also going to keep the communication lines open, because we all tell our kids, look, we're here if you need us. And then when we jump with an opinion like that, I mean, let's face it, if you come out with a strong opinion against smoking in this example, your kid is going to take the opposite side, because that's what kids do.
They rebel.
And they're also going to learn that maybe they can't come to you with these things. So you really want to reinforce that open communication lines as well.
3 good topics I'm sure parents out there can relate to, at least, if not all of them, one of them. Shannon?
Ladies, that was very helpful for me, for sure. I was taking notes as I was